Te Amo's leaving the dock. Gonna go to Catalina for a week. She's ready to go. Oh man. I think I have everything. About to find out. Boat's underway. We're headed down the channel, port of LA. Gonna stop at the fuel dock, top off the fuel tanks. Plenty of food in the lockers, plenty of food in the fridge. All the fishing gear these guys could possibly need. A ridiculous amount of it, in fact. Boat's doing really well. She's super clean, ship shape. A lot of work, but the shakedown cruise yesterday was super good. Very optimistic. Wind dropped down to less than 3 knots. Motor the last 6 miles into Catalina. Not too bad. Take about a gallon of fuel to do it. Beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day on the water. It's an extra bungee for the
fishing rod.
Yeah. Safely anchored, little Gibraltar, Catalina. It's pretty in here. This is a nice little anchorage. Very happy with the sail today. The sunset was beautiful. Here, let me get the last little bit of that for you. It's behind the rocks now, so that's what that looked like. I grabbed some stills of it, so you should swing over to my Instagram and take a look at those. Ed and Larry are up on the deck doing God knows what. Steve's down below picking up the food work.
I think we're okay.
There's Larry. Yep, I feel pretty good about it.
I think we're okay. We're not. Yeah. Okay. We're still fighting it.
I see that. He says get the dinghy. I see that. Let's see him on video. Let's see it. I see that. Talk to me, Steve.
First fish on the boat on our spearfishing Monday afternoon. After about 10 missed shots. My bad.
No. You're good. You're good.
Due diligence, determination. We saw some fish boiling, headed for the point. And
right there is the shot.
First shot.
One shot, one kill.
One shot.
One.
How big is he, Steve?
Careful. Behind the fin.
That's
On a hit. That's where you aim for.
That's a 20 pounder.
You can see, but you can swim in away a little bit.
25 pounder.
Beautiful fish, Steve. Thank you so much.
First one in the boat.
First one in the boat, but not the last.
More to come.
That's right. Steve's in the water. He's gonna dive on the anchor. We wrapped a rock or something. We tried to go to Avalon with Te Amo a couple days ago and to reprovision and run the engines for a bit, charge the batteries up, and couldn't go. So Steve's in scuba gear, and he's gonna dive the anchor, see what's going on. It's down there quite a ways.
Sorry, I would have hit that.
I'm gonna probably stop it, buddy. Just kind of make sure everything seems like it's going good. I'll work my way now. Pretty fast.
This is the first for me. I've never caught an airplane before. You're hooked on a damn airplane.
Like a Cessna? Like a Cessna, or?
Yeah. Wings are off.
Wings are off?
Yeah, it's just an old airplane. I don't know. Nobody knows about it.
So we're gonna have to dump the anchor, huh?
No, I got the anchor off.
Oh, did you?
We were wrapped around. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but you don't have 270 feet of chain. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Because the anchor was on the plane.
The anchor was on the plane?
Just wrapped about a little bit.
We hooked an airplane.
For the blog cred, anchor was at 121 feet. And this computer on this regulator shows us that. So Steve went down to 121 feet and fought with a 50-pound anchor on about 200 feet of chain in order to get us off that airplane. He says it was an airplane. I have no proof, but I have every reason to believe him.
Tell the people at home what we're making, Steve.
Here we have fried potato wedges with onion and garlic, sauteed in butter. Fresh venison from Idaho that was pre-cooked. We're reheating it. We're going to throw some beef in there with it and make a little more. And smelling pretty good, looking pretty good. Seasoned by Dan.
That's right.
With some kind of fancy
urban salt.
He wouldn't show me what it was, kind of thing.
Looking good. We'll heat up some tortillas and have some.
Oh yeah.
Some tacos, ghetto tacos, fajita style tacos.
Everything in a tortilla on the boat.
That's right.
The only way to hold on to it.
Thursday morning, aboard Te Amo, Gibraltar, Catalina, another fish. In the water, and on the very back of his gun right there, you'll notice I've sent the man with my Sony underwater camera. We're gonna try to get the last little bit of spearfishing footage. And see what you can see with the camera. Bring some of the underwater action to you guys. Steve brought up another yellowtail. I'm bleeding him off the side of the dinghy right now. We'll get him up here and get him cleaned.
Guys went out all day on Thursday today and got themselves some more fish. I heard tell that there's two 30-pound yellowtails and a 20-pound yellowtail in that boat. So, successful little hunting mission for those guys. They're gonna bring that fish on back and get it cleaned up, and we're probably gonna head down to Avalon with Te Amo and figure stuff out. I'm gonna take video first. Holy Jesus. Can you bring it back into the cockpit?
Yeah.
Are you safe? Christ's sakes. Look at him, he's massive.
Yeah, it's a 30.
I can't even get them all in the frame at the same time, Steve.
That's a two-hander, definitely.
I'm just gonna turn the camera.
Give it the good eye.
Let me take some stills. Way out there is a helicopter on a boat.
Oh, they landed.
Yeah, he landed it on the back of that yacht right there. I see it, man.
Now you know how helicopters and airplanes get in the drain.
That might be why we hooked one earlier. Catalina behind us. I'm going to take a second, interview the crew, introduce you guys to the folks I've been living with for the last week. Catalina's nothing but haze back there now. but it's okay. Spent a couple days there. It was good times. Motoring through a little bit of fog here, trying to find the wind. Forecast said it was going to be here, so we're going to go find it. Get ourselves home, get ourselves in the slip, secure all the meat, get the boat cleaned up. There's seven yellowtail on the boat, 20 to 30 pounds each. So there's a lot of futzing around that's got to happen tonight. One of our guests is going all the way back home to Idaho, so you know he's taking some meat with him, and got to figure that out because he's on a motorcycle. But it was a fantastic week here. I know I had a blast. Hopefully the guys did too. We're about to find out straight from them. How was your trip, Eddie?
It was awesome. We're headed back.
Headed home.
One day a little earlier than I had hoped, but it was a long trip, and it was awesome. Did something cool every day. Had fun. I did a little bit of fishing.
Yeah?
A little bit of drinking.
Just a little bit?
The final score was 22 fish.
Hell yeah.
I got 11 whitefish, 6 junior sculpin, 3 calico, my first perch, it was a blue perch, and a sheephead, my second sheephead ever. So I didn't get to kayak fish as much as I wanted to, but I think I learned that was a shakedown little kayak out here, because I think I'm gonna need like a little anchor or something. It's tough enough to fight a fish and try to fish in a kayak just around the harbor.
Yeah.
Out here, forget it. So I didn't do enough laps with the kayak. Didn't make it to the back of the island on it, that's for sure. But technically I did catch that perch in the kayak because I swam to shore and I already had it before I got to shore, so I got 1 fish on the kayak. When I got to shore, I surf fished for the first time. That was cool, and that's when I caught a calico. So with that rod you got is killer, and it's a huge one, so you can cast off pretty far on it, dude. That helped a lot. Did some swimming. That was fun. Learned a valuable lesson there. Don't swim too far from the boat. You know what I mean? I also learned, there's a little bridge ahead, careful when you're casting off on the boat. But nobody got hooked. I didn't hook nobody.
Didn't hook yourself?
Most importantly, I didn't get hooked. I didn't hook myself.
Yep.
So I did good there. Did good with the fishing. I didn't catch a monster. But Steve sure did. So when I was fishing, Steve here and Larry were diving. And once Steve got in the rhythm, man, he brought in some yellowtail that were chunkier than a monkey. So that was pretty cool. Learned a lot from you as far as sailing. You and Steve-O kind of try to see what's what. You know what I mean? The boat is awesome. She holds up nice. Kick-ass boat, kick-ass trip, kick-ass captain. Skipper did great.
Why, thank you.
You know what I mean? It was a lot of fun. Talking what's what. And hell, I can stay another week,
Yeah.
But it's time to go. We got a hurricane on our butt, so taking off a day earlier. Probably would have been grimy anyways tomorrow, or even staying there tonight. It would have got a little hairy maybe.
Yeah.
But it was cool. For my part, I had a blast. I want to thank Steve for his help. Thank Larry Boy, he's awesome. He set up this whole trip. Never forget him for that. I was, appreciate that. Appreciate you for bringing me along. Glad I was a part of the crew and helped out. And man, I had fun.
Good
It was
stuff.
a blast.
Man. Glad to hear it. Steve, tell me about your week.
Well, we had a pretty good week. Slow start. Got the rust out, the cramps in every single muscle in my leg at least once the first day, and everything disappeared the second day. Doing some free diving and spear fishing, pretty long-term dives, 4 or 5 hours out at a time, and mostly just surface and free dive fishing with Rife plus high-powered spear guns, which were perfect for yellowtail and decent-sized yellowtail. And there's a lot of different sizes. There was a firecracker, little 3, 4, 5 pounders, and then there was some 15 and 20 pounders, and then there was some lunkers, 20 up to 30 to 40 pounds.
What was your biggest fish of the week, you think?
So we figured the one I got was 35 pounds.
Right on.
That was a good fight. I drug him up on the beached him, bled him, and my buddy Larry picked me up in the dinghy, so that was convenient. We put it in there, put it in the dinghy, and kept fishing. And I think I ended up with 320s, a 30, 35, and a little firecracker 3-pounder. Sushi quality.
Yep.
And saw a lot. Conditions were great. Boat was awesome. Captain Dan was comfortable.
That wasn't too much of a pain in your ass.
We teamed up in the galley most nights and argued over what seasonings to use. And he usually won.
Yep, that happens.
So I didn't want to sleep in the dinghy in the back of the boat. So otherwise I wouldn't have let him win. But that was good. We had some great meals. Brought a lot of food. Brought half the back.
There's a lot of fish on the front of the boat, that's for sure.
Didn't have a menu. We ate fish 2 nights and good eats.
Absolutely. What was the biggest thing we hooked this week?
That can of beer I netted.
Well, the biggest thing we hooked was sounds kind of crazy, but we hooked up on an airplane.
They're not going to believe it, Steve.
That was a little bit of adventure. It was 120 foot. We dragged our anchor in pretty deep on the way in and kind of hung up on that. That's why we didn't get it in any further once it got on there. And we did some wraparounds, both drifting around at night with the current. So we ended up having to go rent some gear and dive down 120 feet and wrestle with the anchor off the airplane. And we did win. We won the battle.
That's right.
And everybody, even though we had to re-anchor, we slept pretty good that night.
Absolutely.
Knowing that we were free of that issue. So that was our debacle for the weekend.
That was pretty
For the week.
debacle-ish.
And other than that, had a lot of nice guys come around, and pretty busy at the island, and just favorable conditions. We didn't have to move much. All the yellowtail were at one point or the other, or a rock sticking up, and that's you can't ask for better than that.
Absolutely.
The visibility was just enough to be good spear fishing, and got all the rust out, kinks out, started shooting them. The best day was 3, 2 20s and a 30.
That's craziness.
And the biggest fish was 35, and warming up to that, 20s and the little guy. So,
Absolutely.
and that's a good week.
What do you do with all that fish?
Good boat in Te Amo.
All in the freezer? You gotta throw a big party on.
Not all banked up. We'll put as much as I can on the Gold Wing and head for Idaho on Sunday. And we have some in the freezer until I get back.
There it is.
Right between the elk and the deer.
Nicely done.
Thank Dan for a good week.
Absolutely, sir.
And, only get better from here.
Onward and upward.
Onward and upward. That's right.
Okay,
All right.
I'll begin from the beginning.
You got to talk up a little bit, too.
It started out Saturday, our voyage to Catalina Island, and we sailed about 85% of it on our way to the island. We anchored at Little Gibraltar. We anchored on an airplane, a little Cessna. We couldn't get the tail number. And Steve did a technical dive, recovered it, which was good. got a nice yellowtail, spearfishing. He's got, I think, 6 yellowtail to my 1 yellowtail. Mine was probably pushing maybe 18 pounds. Steve was 30 pounds, or 35. He filleted my fillet mine, and I poked my finger. Butchered his fish.
One of the 2 injuries on the boat this weekend.
Ed caught,
Or this week.
Ed caught a lot more fish than we did. They were smaller, but he's caught more fish than we did, technically.
I think pound for pound, Steve's still the winner.
We did get boarded by Fish and Game. They challenged me and Steve with our cards.
Check my sheephead.
And then they checked sheephead. Now we make sure that sheephead now is 12.5 inches.
That's right.
There you go. He's 12.5. It's 12. Over 12.
Well, it's limit. Right, gotcha.
We had a great trip. It was a positive. I didn't swear too much this time.
You haven't sworn yet, and it's been 1:30, Larry.
I know. No, it was a great trip. I wish I would have got more yellowtail. But you know, it's just nice to be in the water. Next time I'm gonna do wetsuit.
Yeah, that wetsuit you got's a little beat up, Larry.
Larry always gave me a chance to go first.
Well, I don't want
When he gives me the chance, I take it. Believe me.
I don't want to spook the
He
fish.
finds the fish.
I don't want to spook the fish.
Mr. Fish Finder right here.
No. And of course, Jaden and Patrick met us to the island on their skiff. That was nice. It's always good to have Jaden. Has a lot of confidence in the boating. Overall, it was a good trip. It was a great trip, actually. It's always good to be on the water. And Catalina is kind of a cool place to be. And going back to civilization, the way it kind of sucks. Back to the chaos.
Yep, the regular old grind.
Part of that chaos, yeah. So yeah, and you did a great job skipping the boat.
Thank you, sir.
You're a good, very good captain. Very positive, very knowledgeable. Got to make this boat Tahiti again.
That's right.
You know,
Going to
that's
Tahiti.
That's got to be the goal, right, Steve?
Tahiti.
Yeah. Or Micronesia.
Oh my God, I want to see the Micronesian islands so bad.
La Paz. I'm good. When I get to La
Oh, yeah.
Paz, I can stay there.
Yeah, you know, that's Baja trip would be awesome.
Oh my God, yes.
You know, it's not that far either.
No, yeah. Ensenada would be a fun trip too, and that's just on the other side of the line.
Yes, it is.
It's like 16, 20 hours maybe, sailing hard.
Right. Oh, there's good fishing out there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like 10 or 12 good banks for tuna.
My passport's down there. We could turn right now.
Oh my God. Yeah. Let's do it.
Crank that wheel over. We're out of here.
See you in a year and a half.
That's right.
And by the way, we saw a lot of bait balls, a little small sardines, buckball. And right now, off our port beam, we've got a bait ball.
Oh yeah. Well, I know.
So where's the ball?
Nice big ball. You're right there. Yeah, that's a big ball.
Well, the birds were working.
Something's under it.
Those are sardines. And, you know,
Something's gotta be under
we
there.
would dive that, but if it's holding tuna, shark bagels follow the tuna, so it's not always advisable to get in the water with them.
Yeah, I don't want to lose you to a shark.
Yeah,
Mostly we're too lazy to get suited up. Right.
again, overall, great trip. You know, always an experience. You know, and every dive is always different. You know, always something coming up. It's always
Definitely a fun
challenge.
adventure.
Yeah, it's a challenge. You know.
Absolutely.
So it's just I think we did a good food. Oh, I forgot to mention you're cooking great. Connoisseur. Yeah.
I'm going to say that was probably in the top, maybe top 3, top 4 spearfishing weeks. You know, as far as game and fish on. You know.
Yeah, it was. You guys kept bringing them in. That's for sure.
And nobody died doing it.
Nobody died.
That's a good thing.
That's a hell of a good feather in the cap. That's right.
Yeah, it's large. Goes up in
Every
the
opportunity, we just didn't do it.
That 120-foot dive, man.
Always something.
Too bad we couldn't bring up that plane. I wonder what it's got in. Oh, I can find out what it has in it.
At some point, we're going to have
Can
to.
you imagine you bring that up with your anchor? Like,
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I would have had a heart attack.
Oh my gosh.
There's a what attached to my boat?
Usually, you know, if in an airplane, the FAA would bring it up. You know, they would.
Wasn't that in the movie Waterworld where the plane got wrapped up in the boat
Oh wow.
with the harpoon gun?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's not recreate that.
That was.
I don't have gills for ears. I'm not about that.
yeah, I'm just thinking, Larry, maybe the people who got out of it, and they just figured salvage, you know, if nobody died, you know.
But normally, you know, FAA, you know, we have to do a flight plan with the FAA. And they,
I wish I had more time to investigate it, but you know, your bottom time is limited, and I didn't know what to expect, so I
Right.
didn't really. I can only tell you the identification, and that's about it. And I didn't look for numbers. I didn't look for survivors or people, or
right.
I didn't even look for lobster. That's a first.
Another lobster.
I bet on a nice dark night they'll be in there.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Nice little habitat down there for them.
So,
Yeah, what a surprise.
yeah, overall, I mean, it's been an excellent trip, Dan.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Larry.
Made a good time. You know.
Yeah.
It's adventure. It's work, but that's amazing.
It is work.
You know, it's what that's what it's all about. You know?
That's right.
You can't make it up if you don't move around and think, you know.
Just got to get out there and do it.
Exactly. I think I would spend more time in the water. I was smart enough to buy a new wetsuit.
Definitely time for a new
I
wetsuit,
get a
Larry.
little, you know, when you feel uncomfortable, you spend time in the water, you get a little hypothermia, kind of like,
Yep.
you kind of fix your mindset. You know? Yeah.
Well, Larry, I just wanted to say thank you for organizing the trip. Steve, it was an absolute pleasure meeting you, sir. Sometime again soon, we'll have to put the screws to Te Amo and get back out there and do the same.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Next time I'll have a spear gun and a dive suit. Hey, if you're in town for a lobster hunt,
Next session, October lobster hunt.
there it is. It's a plan.
I know Gene would love it.
Let's do it.
Get those bugs.
Green diving for bugs.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, buddy.